Any questions for you?
Okay, so I'm good to go, Luke, whenever you are. All right, Josh, thanks for coming in. My name's Justin. I'm a student physical therapist. I'm working under the direction of Dr. Merrill. She's asked me to come in and do your first appointment today. And I had the chance to look over your intake forms. Thank you for filling those out, by the way. I did have a few questions to start before we kind of go into, looking into more of what, we can do to get you feeling better.
Okay.
So the surgery was 2 weeks ago, and you've had 4 home health visits with physical therapy. Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing with them and how it's been going.
Yeah, they came over and I just haven't been able to straighten my knee, so we've been doing some kind of stretches.
Okay.
I still can't kick my knee out straight all the way, so we've been doing some kind of light strengthening exercises for my leg. But that's about it. Not too much walking and things like that.
Okay. Do you remember what exercises specifically they had you do?
It's hard to know.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Sometimes I just like to see what other people do, so that way we're not necessarily double dipping, and we can work on what's actually helping you. Okay.
Okay.
So you live with your wife. Tell me a little bit about your living situation. What kind of house? Do you guys have visitors? Any pets?
Yeah, we live in a 1-story house.
Okay.
Have some kind of funky steps getting into the house.
Funky steps. Okay.
They're kind of tall, but I can get my walker up on them, so it's nice.
Okay.
We have, let's see, we have 5 children who are all grown up and live in different parts of the United States. Yeah, I don't have any pets, I don't think.
Okay, that's
I remember.
And we don't see the kids very often.
Don't see the kids very often. Okay. All good. All good. And on your intake form, it looks like you've had a fun time with this, to say the least.
Yes.
So you've gone through this issue before, and it looks like you mentioned you've had 5 knee replacements.
Yeah, a couple partials, and then got transitioned to fulls.
Okay.
It's just been a mess.
So what led to the transitions? Did the doctors just see damage that they didn't like? Did the replacements? Did they not perform the way that they wanted them to perform? What kind of led to that?
Yeah,
all those
so
operations?
on my left one, 13 years ago, I think, yeah, I had the inside done, but then for some reason, all of a sudden on the outside, the muscle started going away.
Okay.
On the outside, and so they just redid it with a full.
Okay.
Total knee.
Okay.
So just kind of the partials didn't really help, even though that's what the doctors talked me into, and then ended up doing full ones after that.
Okay. And what was your recovery like after each procedure?
Pretty rough.
Okay.
Didn't seem to help a whole lot.
Okay.
So pretty painful.
Okay. You mentioned that it hasn't really helped a whole lot. You talk about some things that you do to alleviate some of the pain. You said propping the knee on a pillow and using heat kind of helps take the edge off a little bit.
Yeah.
But it only seems to help some. Is that kind of the main thing that's been taking away the pain?
Yeah, and I just still can't straighten it all the way, and it's kind of painful if it's straight, so I have to have that pillow under it.
Okay, okay. When you do use a pillow, where do you put the pillow? Is it directly right under the knee?
Yeah, just right under it so I can keep it bent when I'm laying on my back.
Keep it bent, okay. And that helps it feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Sounds good. We may talk a little bit more about how we can adjust the pillow to actually help you out in the long run. But we'll get to that when, probably right before you leave.
Okay.
Just so that way we can keep that fresh on your mind, okay?
Okay.
All right, and right now, seems like you're hurting quite a bit. You're at an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
The worst is at a 10 out of 10. You're able to get it down a little bit. So what is it at its best, you would say, on that scale? I didn't really see you mentioned at its best.
Yeah, I don't know.
4?
Did the same thing on my left
Okay,
knee.
sounds
I
good.
was having some
Okay, so
issues on
just so you know,
partial one. But
during this
for some
eval,
reason
we
something went wrong
might
with that surgery
flare
on
things
that
up a
side.
little bit.
So,
And because you're already at an 8, we're gonna do what we can to be tender with it, but I also need to try to figure out some things. So let me know if it gets past an 8. Ideally, we can try by the end of the visit to get it down towards
Yeah,
a
I'm
4.
not totally sure
But
what
just
happened.
keep in communication with
Something
me,
happened with the
and we'll be able
surgery.
to make sure we're not making it more bad than it already is, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. The last thing I wanted to talk about was your goals for physical therapy. What helped you come up with these goals? You wanted full movement of the knee in 2 weeks. You want to walk without the walker, which I can get. And then you want to be able to climb the stairs. And I can see why with your entrance into your home. And you want to do that in 3 weeks. How did you come up with those goals?
It's just hard not being able to fully move this knee.
Okay.
And then it just feels so weak, like going up any kind of curve or stairs, I just need help, like getting boosted up onto it, so it's just really annoying living like that.
Okay. And is it usually your husband helping you out with, your wife, sorry. Your
Uh,
wife.
yeah.
Helping you out with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's okay.
Okay. So I like these goals. I think with how much pain you're in right now and kind of with everything flared up, the time frame might be a little short, but once we get things under control, I think we can definitely obtain all these goals. I just want to be upfront with you and say it might take a little bit longer than what you anticipate.
Okay.
So with therapy, we'll give you some tips and tricks and things you can do here and at home to get to those goals, but it just might not be in the time frame you're hoping.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, as long as I get there in a relatively reasonable amount of time.
Okay,
Sounds good.
perfect. I think they're great goals, and I think they're definitely things that we can achieve. And based on what you filled out in the outcome measure, I had you score the lower extremity functional scale. We'll be able to tackle some of those activities and limitations as well, okay?
Yeah, were you able to see that score?
Let's see it now, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to just sleep on my back, so
Just
sometimes
this
I end up having to
page.
shift there and sleep in my
Alright, let's take a look, see.
I'm laying on way too much and it hurts, but.
Does it wake you up? Not great.
Yeah, no, you're not,
It kind of depends on the day.
you're not having a good time right now, huh?
Usually it's
Nope.
just kind of
Okay,
hard to
well,
sleep, but
we're gonna-
it's okay.
We're gonna have a little party here. We're gonna get you
The
feeling
knee
better,
pain itself
okay?
isn't
Okay.
as-
Do you have any questions for me before we get started?
Just-
No.
Okay, cool. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'd like to check out the incision really quick, see how that's healing.
Okay.
And then,
Um,
if you're feeling okay and if we're not flaring anything up, we'll feel around a little bit and see what's going on, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so looking at this incision,
on my left leg.
what am I seeing?
I just saw this, still swollen, very swollen.
Okay, still swollen, okay.
And still just really fresh.
Still really fresh, okay. Do I see any discharge or anything like that?
No, not anything recent.
Okay, cool.
No.
All right. Do you mind if I feel around a little bit?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I was,
All right. You let me know if anything that I'm doing is flaring you up enough, or flaring you up at all. Okay.
Okay.
I do have.
Now you
some,
said that you use heat at home,
Yeah.
on my back too.
and that seems to help, right?
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it's-
We'll talk a little bit about maybe some other things that you can do as well, because with it being swollen right now, heat actually kind of it promotes more swelling. So maybe we can change it up a little bit and talk about other ways we can get the swelling down. Once we get the swelling down, there are other
For my
things we
back
can
pain,
do
not
to
specifically,
return
no.
your
It's just kind of
range of
those,
motion and your
but
strength.
right now,
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, just not ice, I have a cold intolerance.
I saw that, okay. And we'll talk about what we can do. So,
Okay.
thank you for reminding me, I appreciate that. Okay, so,
Sometimes
let's
like,
go
for whatever
ahead
reason, I notice like on
and,
the back of my legs,
I notice actually as well in your intake that you have a family history of diabetes and stroke. You haven't been diagnosed with those personally, have you?
No.
Okay, okay. All right, with that being said, we'll go ahead. I'm also gonna look at the rest of your leg to see if there's any swelling. Do I notice like anything
I mean,
I'm looking for a sign of DVT.
You're good.
Good.
Nothing
It
obvious.
looked like for a while, but
Okay.
it's not
All right,
super
so
noticeable and it doesn't
let's go
matter.
ahead and have you lay back on your back here on the therapy bed, if that's okay.
Probably have needed help to get that up.
Okay, that's fine. We'll get that up for you. Okay, and I know that straightening it kind of hurts. Are you okay
Yeah.
right here?
Yeah, right about here.
Okay. Yes, that'd be great. Thank you. So we can actually go ahead and talk about using a pillow right now, just so that way we get you comfortable. You've been putting it under your knee, and I'm glad that it's been helping, but that actually might cause some issues here pretty quickly, because you're in this flexed position all the time.
Yeah, they
If
gave
we
me some
keep it in that position, then it's gonna get stuck.
medication for my headaches.
Okay, so one thing we can do, we can still use a pillow, but I wanna try to have it off of that knee joint to try to keep it straight.
Okay.
How are you feeling right there?
It's pretty
So I guess
tight.
you'll get-
Pretty
okay,
tight?
so,
Yeah.
so,
Okay, alright. That's okay. We'll go ahead and do a few measurements here really quick. Let me get my notes out. I'm gonna be writing things down as we go,
That's
just so I don't
There are
forget
some other
anything
medications
important,
I've been
okay?
taking because of my fibromyalgia and, I think I put him on the one, but the Wilburton. And then I'm taking some ibuprofen for headaches when they get bad.
Alright.
Yeah, so I have.
So I'm gonna do a quick measurement to see how straight we can get your leg, okay?
My thyroid doesn't work super great, so I'm taking that to help with like my metabolism.
Okay. So right now, we're definitely in
Yeah,
flex
that's,
position here. Go ahead and try to straighten it as much as you can, and I'll get a quick measurement. I know it doesn't feel great.
So is that just since the surgery?
Okay, good. Go ahead and relax.
That's it.
Good. Okay, so we're about 10 degrees off of where we want to be. Right now, you're about 10 degrees of flexion.
Okay.
Ideally, we want to try to get you to just straight zero, okay?
Okay.
So we'll work on that, okay? I'm gonna take this pillow out.
Yeah, the doctor gave me, I have a prescription.
I'm gonna bend your knee slightly,
I
okay?
think I do take it every day, so.
And now I want you to try to bend your knee as much as you can by bringing your heel towards your bum.
You mentioned that.
Right about there. It's pretty tight.
Okay, hold it there. We'll get a measurement.
I would go walking every day, with my husband, with my wife, and, we enjoyed that. That's something that we do. It's
Okay.
been hard recently, but we still.
We get to about 90
get
right
walking
there,
around the house.
okay?
I haven't been able to-
I'm gonna give a little bit of overpressure. This is kind of where I was talking about your, letting me know how your pain feels, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna push just a little bit.
I don't think so.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I just feel like my knee's really swollen, so it just doesn't want
yeah.
to bend.
Okay, so we get a few more degrees out of there. We get to about 97. Okay, so that's also something that we'll focus on
Usually like.
getting better, okay?
Like someone shows me how to do something, I can use it.
Okay, I'm gonna have you sit up now. Okay. One thing I want to do is check if your nerves are communicating well with your legs, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna touch you in different spots, and I'm gonna have you close your eyes. Tell me if they feel the same or different, okay?
Okay.
You don't have to close your eyes to read whether or not what you're actually feeling, but okay. Let me know when you have it pulled up.
And on this one too, I can correct you if I
Okay.
miss anything.
Okay. Same or different? Same or different?
Different.
Different, okay. I'm gonna take your shoes off really quick, is that okay?
Yeah.
I have it on the.
1 and 2, okay. And when you mean different, did you feel one more than the other? What did you feel?
Less on the right side.
Less on the right side, okay. Same or different?
Same.
Same, okay.
Yeah,
Same or different?
Same.
I did have
Okay.
a total shoulder replacement on this side.
Same or different?
Same.
And then one more. Same or different?
Same, but I can't really feel it.
You can't really feel it, okay. And I saw in your intake form that the pain that you're having is in the back. Kind of everywhere else too is what it looks like. Is that fair for me to say?
Yeah, just the whole area, front and back.
Okay. Is there one area that hurts more than the rest?
No, not really.
Okay, all good. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna have you do, we're gonna do some strength testing. I'm gonna lower the bed just a little bit. And this is stuff that the other PTs probably did with you, but I wanna see where you're at right now, okay?
Okay.
All right, so to start, let's go ahead and have you bring your left knee kind of up towards your shoulder like you're doing a march while you're sitting down. So the left knee's not wanting to come up either.
Yeah, my knees have always hurt, so
Okay.
I just feel like my legs are weak.
Okay. And then, what about on this side?
Kind of the same thing.
Okay. Let's have you go ahead and pretend there's a soccer ball right in front of your left foot. Go ahead and try to kick it if you could. Okay. All right.
It's hard pass there.
I think it's hard past there. Does it feel like it's heavy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it okay if I
Let's go ahead and do that on this side too.
check out the scar and make sure everything's okay?
Okay. Does that feel about the same as far as difficulty goes?
Yeah, maybe it's just kind of more painful on this side.
Yeah,
but I
it's just- there's an
always had
incision,
weak
but it's-
legs.
Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and have you bring your left toes up towards the ceiling, just like that. Good. Okay, go ahead and hold that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand a little
Pain there?
Still a little small.
Let's do the same on this side.
But the incision is, you can see it right in there, but it's just a little
Hold.
There's a few
Good,
people
any
that
pain
like
there?
turn the table
No.
over to
Okay.
the other.
And instead of pointing to the ceiling, now I'm gonna have you do kind of like a ballerina point, just like that, okay? Good, and I'm gonna try to break you out of that. Hold. Relax. Any pain there?
No.
Same thing on this side.
Yeah, the other therapist
Hold.
uses this with me too.
Yeah.
Okay. So some of those first ones I had you do, I'm actually gonna change your position really quick.
Okay.
Just let me think here quick.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
We did 2, 3. Okay. Let's have you lay on your back again. I'm sorry, I
Okay.
just had you there.
You're fine.
I'll help you on your way up.
I'm here to help, but I can listen to you go.
All right, so we'll start with the left again, okay?
Okay.
Let's try to have you bring your left knee up towards that shoulder. Okay, good. And then go ahead and come back out. How did that feel compared to when you were just sitting?
If I can slide my foot, then it's fine.
It's nice to have that little help, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and I'm gonna lift your leg here.
Okay.
Go ahead and try to do the same thing on this right side. Okay, feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Knee tightness there.
Turn your face that blue wall.
All right. Good. And then,
I wanna just assess your balance real quick. So just stand here, can you put your feet as close together as you can?
all right.
And then try and let
Sounds
go.
good. I'll have you sit up one more time. We're gonna get you walking. Okay. I know that's not something that you're a fan of right now, but I kinda wanna see what's going on as far as, what it's looking like and how you're feeling as you walk, okay?
Okay.
So this is the walker you brought in?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm just gonna guess it's a little short for you right now, actually. So I'm gonna make some adjustments really quick.
Okay.
Okay? That way, you're not feeling.
For time,
Yes.
let's say you
I'll
did it
just
in
text.
Okay, okay, sounds good. Sorry about that. And I'm actually gonna put this fancy device around you.
It's just always kinda hard.
It's the newest accessory.
A little bit.
Everyone wants one.
Oh, I'm familiar.
You're familiar, I'm sure.
My knees are always just a problem.
Okay. Is that too tight there?
No, that's good.
Okay. All right, so let's bring this as close as you can.
Hope not.
Okay, go ahead and stand for me. Good. Okay. How's that feel just standing there?
I can put some weight on this side, probably not even like half of what I should be, but.
Okay, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Do you see that pink chair over there?
Yeah.
We're gonna take a little bit of a walk, and as you're walking, I'm just gonna see how things are going, okay?
Okay.
Let me know if things get flared up too much.
Okay.
This one I can't lift it super high, but I feel it.
Okay.
The other PTs have said I have a funny gait, but it's because my knees hurt.
Okay. So your knees hurt. You're doing good. Nice job. Go ahead and turn around here.
I feel the same, but it's just like that. I could feel it as well. Oh, yeah. as I-
Good. We're actually gonna have you take another seat. Okay. Good. Okay. So I noticed when you're sitting down, it's kind of hard to bend that knee, and that's just, you
not
feel that's
really,
because of
it's-
pain more, or just because of the
It's
stress?
Yeah, it's kind of both swelling. I think.
Okay, okay, sounds good. How are you feeling energy-wise? Was that okay?
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay. All right. While we're here, we're actually gonna do that again, but we're actually gonna give ourselves a target and a little bit of a test, if you will. Okay.
Okay.
So you see that pole right in the middle of the room here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have you stand up in your walker. When I say go, we're gonna time you. Okay.
Okay.
And you're gonna walk around that pole, come on back and sit down. This kind of helps me see overall how you're walking, but whether we need to consider some extra precautions we need to take to make sure you don't fall, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let me get my timer set, and we will, sorry, my stopwatch, and then we'll get going, okay? So when I say go, you stand, and we'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
Ready, set, go.
Yeah, I've never, ever since those things, I can never get it all the way straight.
Good job, doing good.
Still kind of-
Job. Go ahead and take a seat. Okay, nice job. How'd that feel?
That was rough, but.
That was
yeah.
rough? Okay. What do you think was the hardest part about that?
Just the standing up and sitting back down. I feel like it's hard when I'm just using my left leg, which isn't that strong in the first place. So
Right.
I have to use my arms a lot for the walker too.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. You did a nice job. We'll go ahead and mark that down in your notes, and we'll try to see if we can get that time faster as we get you feeling better, okay?
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get back to the table. I'm gonna look at my notes and make sure we didn't miss anything that I wanted to go over.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of talk about how we're gonna move forward.
Okay.
You want me to lay down?
Good job. Feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and catch your breath for a sec. Just gonna make sure we touched on what I wanted to touch on,
It
okay?
usually feels
Okay.
better if I have a pillow underneath it.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Are you comfortable?
All right, okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I think we touched everything. I hate to do this to you. I'm gonna have you lay down one more time.
Okay.
I'm
Last one you get today.
I know. Okay. And I'm actually gonna have you lay, are you comfortable laying on your side?
Yeah, which side?
Either side.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, let's have you face this blue wall first. We're crazy at the clinic, we like the blue walls. Alright, so I'm gonna have you extend, straighten that leg as far as you can, okay? keep this bottom knee bent,
Okay.
and I want you to try to lift, actually I'm gonna extend you a little bit too at the hip. Keep your hips rolled forward. I want you to try to lift your leg up off of the ceiling. Can you do that for me?
So as
Okay.
far as it'll go.
Alright, that's fine. Go ahead and rest. Okay? We're gonna do this exact same thing on the other side, okay?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and flip on over. Feeling okay there?
Yeah.
So we have massive beds here in our office, so okay. Go ahead and keep those hips rolled forward. Go ahead and lift that leg up in the air, same thing. Alright, good, go ahead and relax, okay. Alright, go ahead and roll back on to your back and then sit back up. We'll talk about how we want to tackle this, okay? Okay. Alright, so definitely some things that we can work on, but I'm optimistic about how we're being able to help you feeling better, okay?
Okay.
So kind of just like what you've done in the past with your therapist, we'll work on some other exercises and treatments as you come into the clinic. I'd like to see you probably 2 times a week for about 6 weeks to start. And then from there we can reevaluate. And as you make progress, maybe we can shorten that, or if we need a little bit more time, we can talk about extending that as well.
Okay.
Okay? We already talked about the pillow. Could you remind me why I wanted you to change the position of the pillow?
Just because if it's always bent, it's just gonna get stuck bent. So putting the pillow on my ankle will help kind of pull the knee straight.
Right, right. And I'm actually going to give you another exercise to work on to strengthen that, but we'll get that in a second, okay?
Okay.
I also mentioned earlier that the heat that you've been doing, I know that it feels better, but like I said, it can actually promote that inflammation, and we want to try to get that down.
Okay.
So if you could, well, let's try to ease off of that heat. And what I'm going to be giving you to do at home should help to control the pain a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So there are 2 exercises that I'm going to give you to do, so we can work on getting that range of motion back. I think that's going to be one of the main things we want to focus on. And then once we get that range of motion, we can work on strengthening everything else, okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and have you lay on your back one more time. One more time. Okay. I'll get that pillow for you. Okay. Have you heard of quad sets before?
Yeah, my home health PT said that, I think.
Okay. Have you been doing them at home?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
It hurts.
It hurts? Okay. So let's do them together and see if we can modify it at all, okay? So this muscle here is your quad, okay? I want you to try to focus on firing that as much as you can and trying to push this part of your knee down into the mat. Okay, can you do that for me?
Do that all the time, or?
It's just a bit tight.
Okay. Go ahead and relax. How about if we do like 3-second holds? Is that okay?
Yeah, we can try.
Okay, let's go. Let's try to go for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, relax. Okay, did that flare anything up?
No, not too bad.
Okay, good. Let's go ahead and do that again. 1, 2, 3, relax. Good. Let's go ahead and do that again.
So you've got this big quad muscle right here.
Good. Let's do that 4 more times.
And then bring your
1,
knee
2, 3, relax.
Yeah.
Good. 1 more time. Sorry, 3 more times. Good. Relax. 2 more.
That's okay, we talked
Think
about
about
first.
it, yeah.
Yeah. So is my hand
Good.
here, I want you to squash it.
And do it again.
There you go.
Good. And go ahead and relax. How are you feeling right now?
Okay, keep holding it.
Hold it for 10 seconds.
Terrible.
Not terrible. Okay. One thing that this exercise does can actually help decrease that inflammation we were talking about.
Feels like
Okay.
Exercise and muscle contraction helps move all that fluid.
That's all right. We're gonna get that
So
muscle
that's one thing I want to focus on is getting that inflammation down, but it's also trying to strengthen those muscles as well, okay? Because right now they're not wanting to fire very much. Okay? And then the last exercise that I'm gonna give you to go home with, we'll go over plenty when you come back in.
Okay.
But I just want to have you focus on these 2 right now. I have this fancy band that we can use, but at home you can just use a towel.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put this around
Yeah.
your ankle here. Okay, and I'm gonna give you the handles. I'm actually gonna bend you just a little bit. And it's nice that this surface is already slick and you have some socks on.
A couple of them do.
If you need to do this in bed instead of like a couch or anything, that's gonna be okay. Okay.
Five.
Now go ahead and pull those hands up towards your head as far as you can.
Pretty close to us, but the other ones.
We don't want too much pain. We want to ease into it a little bit and then come off, okay? And then go ahead and extend back out. I want you to straighten as much as you can.
And I'm gonna have them do this at home as well.
Do you?
Good. And then come back in. I'm gonna have you do that 4 more times.
Do you have grading for strength?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Okay, do you want me to do it, should I do something else?
Well, when you did
How
your
does that feel
milestones,
right
you
now?
didn't have an idea of what
Yeah,
you
it's
were
pretty
doing.
tight at the end, but I can definitely go a little bit past what I can
Good.
with my muscles. So.
Good. And that's good. That's something that we want to get back as well for walking. That's one thing that can help us get rid of that walker and also get you up the front steps of your house easier, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's do one more.
Yeah.
And then relax. Okay. Alright. Does that feel okay?
Yeah. Doesn't it put a little bit farther?
Yes, I would love to
Good.
do these in the
Okay,
morning.
I'm gonna let you lay down and kind of just let gravity work on your knee right now, okay? So like I said, 2 times a week for 6 weeks. I want you to do those exercises. I'm gonna have my office assistant print out an exercise sheet for you that has all the details. I'll tell you right now, I want you to work on doing these exercises 3 times a day, okay? And we're gonna do 3 sets of 10 with each, okay? And we're gonna focus on this leg right now just to start, okay? Do you have any questions about anything that we went over? Or any concerns about anything?
Maybe a little better.
No.
So I'm gonna check one
Okay.
other thing and then.
Well, you did a great job. Like I said, I think we're definitely on the right track. We'll get you back to accomplishing those goals as soon as we can. We'll have you talk with the office manager up front to get you set up for appointments next week. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep.
All right, we'll get you set up and ready to go.
Very well done.